Hey everyone, how's everyone this week? I'm doing good. As promised in the last video, I'll be doing a Dark Magician deck upload, and I have that ready. Did a lot of testing with this this week, and this is what I came up with for my list. So for the monsters, we played 3 Dark Magician, the ultimate wizard in terms of attack and defense. I feel like you have to say that. And we played 3. I see a lot of builds play 2, but I find in some scenarios that you kind of need the third, even though card is a brick in its own. It's a Dark Magician deck, so you play 3. I'll explain a little bit later why I played 3. Then we got 1 Dark Magician girl. That's a mandatory. And then we got 1 red eyes. Yeah, of course, I'm not playing the common one after I show those. 1 red eyes. This is needed for the red eyes fusion. 1 illusion. Apprentice illusion. My bad. There's another card called illusion. 1 Tamias. You just need 1 of him too and 1 of the apprentice. You don't need multiples of those. Deck space is very tight. We got 3 magician souls. Mandatory 3 of. Yeah, this deck is not budget, I can tell you that much. It's another quite expensive card. Illusion of Chaos. Really excited for this card. This card improved the deck consistency by a lot. It can search Magician Soul, search Magician Rod, or search the vanilla if that is your style. And it puts a brick back on top. And then we got, speaking of rod, we played 3 rods. Best normal summon in the deck. Searches out Circle, searches out Servant. And then the next normal summon I play, the second normal summon, best normal summon. I checked a lot of lists on YouTube to get ideas, and nobody was playing this. But I feel like this, with how many bricks the deck has, and since Rod is our only normal summon, I feel like you're not going to see Rod every time, even though you do have the Illusion of Chaos to search the Rod. But the times that you don't have Rod and you have this alongside with the access to Magician Souls, you'll be able to draw 2 cards deep into the deck and then stack your bricks, 2 bricks back on top. So what you do is, I'll show it after the video. Alright, then we have the most generic hand trap. We have the Ash. And then we got spells. 1 salvation, you just need 1. Then we got secret to dark magic. We just need 1. Those cards are all searchable. Got magical lights fusion. This is like a mid-game type of card. It's like summons a dragoon for free mid-game. It's really good. And then we have the magical dimension that can be searches off from the dimension conjurer that I showed earlier. This is basically a free interruption search off of that. And what this does is, if you control a spellcaster monster, you tribute 1 monster. It doesn't have to be that monster. So if you control like Dragoon and Verte, you can just tribute a Verte and then summon a spellcaster from your hand and then pop 1 monster on the field, and it doesn't target. Alright, and then we got Call by Grave. We got Instant Fusion. Instant Fusion is for the extra spellcaster body and then brings out the Millennium Eyes to stop hand traps. Got Red Eyes. Fusion, I mean, not Red Eyes. 1 for 1. The Conjurer is a level 1. I keep bringing that card up. And it searches on normal or special summon, searches for the magical dimension. And with this deck, you always want 2 bodies on board to make Verte. So the 1 for 1 will give you consistency to see the extra body to get you there. Then we got 3 Servants. Soul Servant, very expensive card. This will probably be reprinted, but even with this reprinted, the deck is still not cheap. Basically, this stacks any card on top, and you can banish this card, draw equal to the number of Dark Magician or Dark Magician Girl in the field or graveyard. So you normally always draw 1 to 2, but ideally you want to draw 2. Then we play 3 circle. A lot of builds play 2. Yeah, you're gonna whiff a lot off this card, but with Dimension Conjurer, you can stack on top of your deck. So if you have this in your hand, you can stack on top of your deck and know that you won't whiff. And you always want this on the field as a part of interruption to summon Dark Magician from the graveyard as a banish interruption. Then we have 2 prep. Prep gives you 2 extra copies of Illusion of Chaos. And Illusion of Chaos is very important to see in your opening hand, which gives you access to Magician Soul. Ideally, if you already have it, you get the Rod. Okay, and then we got 3 more hand traps, Imperm. Stopping like a Verte play is very good. Okay, and then we got 2 more traps, which is the Eternal Soul. Can be fetched through the Salvation. And very good card. Gives you it's like a call to haunt it every single turn. That's 43 cards. Yeah, the last 3 cards I had to put in was the Imperm to give it some defense instead, because the 3 Ash was not gonna cut it. Alright, then extra deck. We'll go to Link monsters first. Link 1, Artemis, the most important Link monster in the deck. Most of the time you see the Dimension Conjurer card, you'll normal summon it and you have a Magician Souls next to it, or the Millennium Ice Restrict if you open the instant fusion, and then you use Conjurer to go into this. Conjurer lets you draw cards equal to the number of spellcaster monsters you control. So you have control souls and this, so you draw 2 and then put 2 back on top. So your bricks will go back on top. There's that. And then Verte, very important. You should probably play 2, but I only own 1 because of the ban list that's looming around the corner. Well, not looming around the corner, but that's coming up. Verte is probably gonna get banned, so I don't want to pay for more copies. Nightmare Unicorn. BOS Link, still my favorite Link monster. This deck has a level 7 monster and Dark Magician, so gotta play it. Celine. Access code, you know what's coming. And then for the fusions, we got 3 Dragoon. You don't need 3, you'll need at least 2. But since I don't have the second Verte, I'll just put the 3 in here. Yeah, this card is very expensive too. Then we have Master of Chaos, the card that just came out. Battle Chaos. This card is very, very broken. So on fusion summon of this card, you can bring back a light or dark monster. So if a Dragoon is in the graveyard, it'll just revive it back. Even though Dragoon won't gain the ability to pop cards, but it still gains the immunity and the negation effect. And it also can tribute light and dark to banish all monsters your opponent controls, doesn't target. And finally, if this card is destroyed by battle card effect, I can retrieve a spell back from the graveyard. Yeah, it's got a lot of effects. Guardian Chimera. Funny enough, this one of the decks that can actually fusion summon this card. And on your opponent's turn, surprisingly enough, if you set the Secrets of the Dark Magic, I think that's what the card is, a quick play. So you'll normally have like a Dark Magician brought back by Eternal Soul, Verte, and then preferably 1 monster from your hand. So I think you get to draw cards equal to the number of cards used from your hand. So you get draw 1 from your hand, and then if you use 2 from the field, you get to pop 2 cards on the field. And we got Millennium Ice Restrict, we talked about. This being another spellcaster body alongside with Dimension Conjurer, lets you draw 2 cards deep into the deck, which is very important for consistency. And then the Dark Magicians, very good card. You have to play this in the Dark Magician deck. It gives you so much advantage, and it summons like Dark Magician Girl and Dark Magician in pairs if it dies from anywhere, hand, field, or graveyard, or deck. Hand, deck, or graveyard, I should say, yes. And then also when the spell trap is activated, you can literally just draw 1 card. If it's a spell or trap, it can be activated that turn. Crit play spell, it can be set and activated that turn. Okay, we got the Xyz, Ebon, Illusion. This is it can come up. Like if you only run 2, like will never come up. So that's why we run 3 Dark Magician, not just for him, but like there are hands like where you will hard open the Dark Magician and the Apprentice Illusion, and then where you go is special summon Apprentice, grab the 2nd copy from the deck, and then use another body alongside with Apprentice to go into Verte, and then send the 3rd copy of Red Eyes Fusion and the 3rd copy of Vanilla Dark Magician from the deck. That's why I like it at 3. It came up once, that's why it's like I have to play at 3. And then Red Eyes Flare Metal, if there are like less than 2,000 life points, you can just make this and just give them a lot of pressure, because everything they do, they have to pay 500. So I didn't make a side deck. I apologize. So majority of the side deck will be backward removal and hand traps, more than likely. So I did not have the time to make the hand trap, to make the side deck. So here's one of the basic things we can do with this card. So we'll normal summon this. We'll search for this trap. I mean, it's quick play spell Magical Dimension in our hand. Then we reveal this. Get the Chaos. No, get the Magician Soul. And then we stack a card back. It can be the card itself. And then we'll summon that. This just gives you the 2 bodies that you need. And then you go, well, yeah, if you want me to do the whole thing, I can like send, we're always gonna send Dark Magician Girl off that. Then we'll go that into the Artemis right there. And then this will allow us to draw 2 cards and stack 2 cards back. And basically those 2 will become Verte afterward. And you have like instant fusion even in your hand. You'll be able to draw 3 cards and put 3 cards back. Look, seeing 3 cards deep into your deck. Like I probably couldn't see it when I put it all the way over there. But anyways, that's one of the basics. And then there's gonna be hands like where you have Rod and Souls, and then you have like a 1-for-1 in your hand where you can get 3 spellcasters on board and see all that too. And you can have like 3 other cards in your hand too besides all this. So there's that. And then I found through test playing, even if you hard open like 2 copies of Dimension Conjurer, it's still fine. Like so for the, you'll end on Verte right there, and then Dragoon right there. And then you have this set in the back, Magical Dimension set. This will be in the graveyard. 1 copy, and then you hold the other copy in your hand, and then you activate this. You activate the Dimension, and then you tribute the Verte, and then you summon this to pop a monster on your opponent's side of the field. And then this will trigger on summon to add back the dimension, Magical Dimension in the graveyard back to your hand. So there's another interruption and more hand advantage for your Dragoon to pitch and negate. Yeah, so anyways, that's all I have to show. It's a kind of long video already, and I'm really excited and very fun deck to make. Through putting the time to make this deck, I didn't put time into making my Source Soul deck, and I did very poorly at the regional, and even at my local I scrub out too. But anyways, it was well worth it. It's a very cool deck, and hopefully we can keep getting more support for this deck in the future. And I don't know what I'm working on for next week, but I'll fix something up and fix something interesting up hopefully. And that's all. Please like and subscribe and comment down below on what you will fix and things like that. Hope to see you guys next week. Take care. Bye bye.